The Demons of Chaos are a rarely talked about faction within Total War Warhammer 3, but today I'm going to be discussing why they are actually a pretty decent race. So within the Demons of Chaos, you only have one faction, and that faction you can actually change its name to whatever you want, or you can generate a name randomly. Your faction effects are that you have access to all demon units via Demonic Glory, and the Reign of Chaos, where inflicting damage with friendly lords in battle will unlock random army abilities. Within the campaign, you start off at the very top of the map, and you have no settlements, but you can take the Volcano's Heart on turn 1. Then, when you occupy the settlement, you can either gain Khorne Glory, Nurgle Glory, Slaanesh Glory, or Tzeentch Glory, in addition to the Undivided Glory, but you get that across all 4 options. The other thing you can do is sack or raise the settlement. Now, I'm going to occupy in the name of Tzeentch, and because I completed a quest that gave me a bunch of other glory as well. And now if you look here, this settlement has been dedicated to Tzeentch, which means that we get Tzeentchian buildings. Eventually, once you've built up enough glory, you will start to unlock all sorts of interesting benefits. And while some of these may slow you down, like not being able to get exalted bloodletters of Khorne until you have both built the building and gotten 1,760 Khorne glory, other things will be able to give you massive bonuses. Primarily the different body parts that you can attach to your character. As of right now, these are the Demon Prince's stats, and also all of his abilities. After customization, these are the new stats, and as you can see, he's got a lot more abilities than he had before. But customization options aren't the only thing that you can unlock. For example, at 770 glory for the Chaos Gods, you can get Bloodletting from Khorne, the Switchable Plagues ability from Nurgle, Seduce Units from Slaanesh, and the Teleport Stance from Tzeentch. Now at 3080 glory, progression on all the other demonic gifts will be halted and you will only be allowed to go with one, but whichever one you pick does give the extremely powerful benefits, so it's worth taking a look and seeing which one matches your playstyle the best. Also, to build dedication quickly, I would recommend dedicating an entire province to one god and then another province to a different god and so on and so forth. For your victory conditions, all you have to do is take 30 settlements for the short campaign victory, and for the longer one you have to take care of the Heralds of the Tempest, the Warhost of the Apocalypse, the Decadent Host, the Ecstatic Legions, and the Legion of the Gore Queen. All of these are demon factions that will be relatively easy to get to, and will only have a couple of settlements at the most. But if you're going for the short campaign, you don't have to worry about them. Now, for any additional lords that you recruit, they will have a more standard and more normal skill tree. The main difference is that they will have the ability to gain some additional glory to their specific god. However, that does not stop them from being able to recruit any units that they please. Now, as a quick demonstration of why all of these different things you can get are extremely overpowered, we have 2 armies right here. They're both in forced march, and we're gonna go to war with them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fight this with only my Demon Prince. All these guys are back here. I'm going to see if I can just leave them back here. I should be able to. And we're going to send on up the Demon Prince. They got some guys who are just standing here. They're actually reshuffling their formation. Alright, that's fine. I have the Fate of Bjorna, the Plague of Rust, and Tzeentch's Firestorm, all his different spells that I can cast. And when I'm inside of melee combat, I'm going to be able to give enemy units the Pestilent Decay debuff, which is going to be reducing their health. I can also use a spell like Tzeentch's Firestorm on these Marauder Hunters with Javelins to make sure they don't do too much damage to me, and that's going to be able to do some pretty good damage. And if I ever need some extra help, I can summon in some blue whores as well, and they can engage with anyone who's trying to attack my lord in the back. Also, I do currently have a horrible barrier of 31, but it does get better eventually. Oh, and I get the Storm of Fire ability. You know what? I'm just gonna plunk it right there. Deal with some of these Marauder Berserkers. And yes, all 3 of the Reign of Chaos can give me the buffs from the various Chaos Gods, so either Firestorm, or Slaanesh is one that traps them in place, or Khorne's Sword. I get all the different benefits, and each one has a 25% chance of it being from each god. And now I can give a sacrifice to one of the gods, and I get the different plagues that I can swap between. The current one gives me leadership of +6, as well as Nurgle Corruption +3. There's another one that gives me recruitment cost of -5%, and on all other armies a casualty replenishment rate of -20%. This one gives my army Vanguard deployment, and gives all other armies a speed -10% and melee defense -6. And the final one gives all of my units the Tear ability, and all other armies get a +50% casualties from attrition, and a charge bonus of -100%. So bye-bye enemy cav. Yes, I'm going to swap out for the Red Og. And there we go, same turn. I now have the Red Aug. I'll also be colonizing this in the name of Corn. And now I also get Bloodletting, which gives me an upkeep reduction, which will eventually start helping out my economy. Oh, and the Port of Secrets, which has my smaller secondary army, just got a plague. It doesn't particularly help, but it could potentially spread. So needless to say, Demons of Chaos aren't really as bad as a lot of people make them out to be. They might be kind of strange, considering you have to fill up these different bars with glory. And eventually you're going to have to choose one of the Chaos Gods to worship above all others. However, considering some of the very powerful benefits that you can get, both for your lord and for your army, I would say that they are certainly a faction that takes a little while to get off the ground, but once you get them off the ground, they become extremely powerful. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Also, go check out my Discord server as well as my Patreon. Links to both those in the description below. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.